Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, something is missing from my face, and maybe you don't know, but I know, and that's highlight, contour, etc., etc. So what this video is going to be about today is going to be about contouring and highlighting for round faces. So my face is actually not a circle, it's an oval. So with that being said, although my face is an oval, my cheeks are very, like, when I smile, they come out. I have very small eyes, and they're set deep inside of my face, and they're hooded. So all these things can work against me trying to create a chiseled face or a slimmer face. So what I'm going to do today is talk about how I contour and highlight for my face shape, which again is oval, small eyes, deep set in. Everyone's face shape obviously is different. So you can have an oval face, but you can have bigger eyes. You can have flatter eyes. Like, there's so many different things that can go into contouring and highlighting and in your face. Hopefully this will help someone else, because I've seen photos of like girls and they have rounder cheeks, and they contour or they highlight so much that it just looks like the little doll from Saw. I'm not saying I haven't done it before, but I did. And part of the reason that I did it wrong in the past is because I was watching another YouTuber, and a lot of YouTubers, like, it was a thing just to highlight all the way out here, no matter what your face shape was, just was in. Don't do that, and I'm going to show you why. So let's get started. So I have LA Girl Pro Fawn and Almond. I use a mixture of these two a lot because one is too dark for me, in my opinion, and the other one is just too like pink, so I gotta kind of nude it out. Now, one thing I like to do when I'm highlighting my face, now don't get highlighting and highlighter confused. You don't need shimmer under your eye sockets, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do with my concealer is I'm gonna put it not on my lash line. Now, when I'm doing this, I'm not going all the way out here. The reason why is because I already have bigger cheeks. Everyone knows that when you have something lighter, it draws light to it. Have something darker, it deepens it, right? If you have something light and dark on top of each other, it gives it excellent depth. So you don't want to go all the way out here, because what's going to end up happening is that you are just going to look like that Saw doll. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I kind of go where my actual lower lash line ends. I don't continue out here, because again, when you're blending too, what's going to end up happening is that product is going to just expand. You don't want it to expand all the way over here, because that would defeat the purpose of only putting it in this area. So I like to highlight my chin, and I'm kind of conflicted about highlighting my forehead, because I already have a big forehead, y'all. That, and I feel like I don't necessarily need to draw attention here, but when I do highlight my forehead, I just do this small little section. I don't go all the way down here and do all that, because it's big. Y'all know it's big. I know it's big. We don't need to. So now I'm gonna take that darker color Fawn. I'm gonna go ahead and add that right there to the middle. Now, one thing actually I learned from, I think it was Wayne Goss, I want to say it was him, about putting it into your crease. I just legit like to stay under my eyes, and that's it. I don't go past my nostril. I stay up here. If you have an oval face, try this out and see how it works for you, especially when you're taking pictures, so your face doesn't look like so panoramic. It just is what you're trying to get, which is a slimmer face, which is kind of a problem in itself, but we're gonna touch on that another day. All right, so I'm just blending out. Of course, I'm taking the smaller tip, again, don't go all the way to my nose. Okay, one thing that I do not do with this round, beautiful face of mine, I do not go into my eye crease. Some people are able to do that. I, however, is not. Part of the reason is because, again, it just makes that area just look so flat. And that's it. So whatever product that seeped through perfectly fine, because it's already on my Beauty Blender or my Real Techniques, I don't know what they call it now, but whatever. I did not have any additional product, so it could not seep out further than where I wanted it to go. Okay. As I'm bringing my chin forward, I did not put product down here because girl. It don't need it, okay? It don't need it down there. So I just did it right on this little, where kind of my lips go in. And so I really just go into that crease area right there. I don't go further down because I just see it so much when people have light, light, light. All this chin is light, this is light, and then it's like, okay. I have a love-hate relationship with baking because it all depends on what products you're using. You cannot bake with every product. I'm using a super cheap product that's from the CoverGirl Outlast All Day, whatever. I've been using this for a long time. But before then, I was using like Ben Nye, all these other things. Those type of, they're actually, Ben Nye, I believe I'm not mistaken, is like theater powder. It came from that basically, for a more heavier look. Now, if you're using cheap products, you probably don't want to bake because they're not made for that, especially if they're pressed. A lot of times they're not made for that. Translucent powder may be a little bit more lenient, but it's basically just meant to be like a shh, and then that's it. If you do end up baking something that is not intended for baking, I guess I could say, you will end up with creases and like crust creases under your eye as the day progresses, where your concealer has basically consolidated and it has met with the whatever you baked on top of it, just made it look crusty and dusty. And you don't want to keep making something look luminous and then matting it and then luminizing it and I don't understand it. That's crazy to me. So now I put only in this little area here. And then of course I'm going to set it here. Did I do my nose? I didn't do my nose. Alright, so for my nose I'm going to mix almond and fawn again because I don't like a super like chiseled nose that looks like I can't breathe. I know it sounds weird and it's not gonna make no sense, but my face can't handle a lot of the trends. It just can't. It can't. Like when people contour and they put the light here, girl, my face be like, okay, see, this is what we're not gonna do. And sometimes you want to love a trend just because other people are doing it. You don't even feel like you need it. You just be like, what y'all doing over there? I don't want to do that. And if you're watching my past videos, you know that I broke my nose, so my nose is kind of crooked. So, but that's another story. Alright, so now I'm going to set that as well. Now we're going to go ahead and start contouring. So, I'm using a color that's a little bit more red for my skin than it is brown. You do not want to use colors that look like chocolate if that's not your undertone, if that makes any sense. The whole idea of contouring is to kind of give you like a nice tan. It's really to minimize and to bring forth those areas that you wanted to bring forth. It really it's supposed to give you this beachy, like just came from the beach, because when you go to the beach, what happens? All the bigger areas are usually darker and the smaller areas are usually lighter. And so I always use this color called Mocha from Black Opal. This is actually where I kind of low-key get a little out of control, just because I love doing this. I don't know why, it's just so gratifying to look at it. I don't know. I put my contour on the side of my forehead. I don't go all the way to the top, because when you do that, when you have a rounder face, what you're doing is you're basically creating like an egg shape on top of your head. So I just do the sides. I don't even go for the middle. When I start to blend it out, it's gonna go there, so don't worry about it. And so I take my brush, usually I have a brush like with powder on it or nothing on it, and I blend it out. This is so important so that you don't look like you're on fire. So again, when you're contouring rounder faces, you could just do here and here. And when I say rounder faces, I mean rounder faces with bigger foreheads, okay? That's just big room. Because you got a round face and your forehead is normal. My forehead is extraterrestrial. Again, when you're blending out, that product is always going to seep in somewhere it necessarily shouldn't go. So you don't want to have an excess of that because it's going to take you longer to make it look normal. And it's just more of a headache. Or you just may not even worry about it. Then you just look like, I don't even know what. You just came out the wood somewhere. I learned that you're supposed to suck in your cheeks, right? Throw that away. That idea, if you have a round face, don't even do all that, boo. Because when I do this, and I contour in this area, it usually just makes me look like I have really bad sideburns. I like to go a little bit above. The reason why is that when you have a round face, you want to go ahead and create that illusion that you basically, your face is like this instead of it being like this, right? If you take it here, your cheeks are just going to end up going out even more. So what you really want to do is kind of slice your cheek in half. That will kind of give you an idea of what you prefer for your face to look like, I'm assuming, because you're trying to contour. And so I like to blend it upwards. I am not into that little skinny little dark line and then blush on top of it and then concealer at the bottom. I'm not into that. I like for my warmth and my blush just to mix all together and just make it look like I'm just like, oh, like, oh. And then now, as always, I always like to go in with the brush that barely has anything on it. So now that that is done, I have the look that I'm looking for. Again, I'm not going to go ahead and go and put concealer under here. That just does not look good on me. A lot of times it just ends up making me look a lot lighter down here, and then I have to try to make it darker. You don't necessarily need it. Some people, depending on their face shape and how narrow and long their chin is, they can do it. The space between here and here for me is minimal. So it's just going to end up looking like I have a lot of just product just all through there. I have my Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm taking my MAC blush. It's called Peach Twist on top of my contour. Just pay attention to what your face is asking you for, basically. And I know makeup is a choice and not everybody needs makeup, but I need makeup, okay? I need makeup. If I get stranded on a desert island with my boo and the rescue team comes, he's gonna leave me there. He's like, dang! Like, not the without makeup part, is the over time part. Like, my acne gonna start flaring up. I'm gonna start getting my little mustache in, my eyebrows gonna grow in. Like, come on, baby. I ain't got no problem showing nobody my bare face, but it's just the weeks after that. I'm like, ooh, Lord. Put some sand on my face. Okay, so next I'm going to highlight, which is my favorite part. All right, so then, of course, y'all know how to do this, right? I just go ahead and put it, you already can see where it's supposed to go. If you just really pay attention, you can kind of just see where things are supposed to go. It don't go down here, y'all. And in my opinion, it don't even go right here, especially for a rounder face. It don't go there. To bring my cheeks out in the front, it don't go there. Anyway, guys, so thank you for watching. So this is how I contour and highlight my face. My little round oval face with my sunken in eyes, my big old forehead. This is just me noticing the things on my face. It's not me talking down on myself, because y'all know I know I'm gorgeous. But it's just me knowing these things about my face and learning my face and knowing what goes with it, which is really what it is. Make sure that when you're seeing trends that you're not just jumping on the trend wagon and not listening to what your face needs. I mean, it sounds really like hippie like, but I'm just, but it's true. So certain things that worked for people during trends did not work for me, and I tried it and it would look horrible. Like, I would go and sell makeup and look like I don't know how to do makeup. So that's all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I know I joke a lot, but I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It's not just about the money. I know I said last time, but I really enjoy doing this. I love talking to y'all. Y'all can't talk back to me, and I kind of like that. I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like me just talking a lot. I'm doing it now. I know I am. Bye.